my eyes have seen the glory
Of the coming of the Lord.
We have tortured all the children,
And we've
sucked up all the gourds. We've eaten all the cabbages and stuck them in our Fords. Then we drove them to the morgue.
We
Everybody!
did it. Glory, glory. Welcome to a very, very special episode of
Wow.
3 Minute Critics.
Going whether I like it or not.
Oh, good lordy. I'm Eric.
I'm Tony.
Mm.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Today
Good to
on
see you.
3 Minute Critics.
What are we doing
We're
as I
going to be
tug
doing
my
another
beard?
top 5.
Oh, good lord.
This top 5 is top 5 gunfight scenes in all movies of all time.
Of all time. That's a lot of movies. That's
I'm
like
gonna be doing-
55,000 movies.
There's a lot of movies of all time.
Yeah,
All time
yeah,
is a lot of
that's a
movies.
ton.
I'm going to do a top 5. And this one's going to do a top 5.
This thing. 5
and
and
we
5.
each get 3 minutes for our top 5.
I cannot wait to get into your top 5. Gunfight
I gotta tell you, I don't want you there. I
Okay,
don't
well,
want you in my
I don't
top
blame
5.
you a bit.
You stay in yours.
Shall we
Thank
put
you.
3 minutes on the
Okay,
clock?
give me 3 minutes and I'm gonna start. I gotta
All
get
right,
rolling.
Tony. 3 minutes on the clock. Your top 5 gunfight scenes.
Number 5
Yes,
from
please, sir.
1983, Brian De Palma, Scarface.
Oh.
The very last scene,
Hutch scene.
or most of the, it's close to the end. It's the last gunfight scene.
You
with
gonna
the
say it or am I gonna say it?
Say hello to my little friend.
I'm glad you did it. You do it way better than I do.
It's fantastic.
It is.
It's you don't have any kind of gunfight scene with that kind of excess, just like the rest of the movie.
Big guns, big explosions.
The whole movie is excess, and that scene just is
It's
the
huge.
tip of the iceberg.
There's no ice involved.
It's the
It's
bottom
just,
of the iceberg.
yeah, it's just a bunch of
The
cocaine.
whole-
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
It looks like an iceberg.
It's so good.
So
It's so
good.
ridiculous, but I love it. So for that reason, it's my number 5. If you haven't seen Scarface, they've all seen Scarface.
They all have, yeah.
I don't need to tell
No,
them
no,
to see
they know.
Scarface. Let's move on to number 4.
What is this?
You've seen that. Number 4, Shane.
have not seen it.
From 1953. If you
Oh.
have not seen Shane,
I have not.
everybody needs to see Shane. This is a brilliant Western. It's maybe, in my opinion, one of the most iconic classic Westerns starring Alan Ladd and Jack Palance.
Oh, Jack Palance was amazing.
Dude.
Oh, so
And
good. I gotta see this.
This scene when they're in the bar and the confrontation between Alan Ladd and Jack Palance is so, the tension is so palpable and
Sounds
incredible.
brilliant.
It's so good. And yet, the gunfight itself does not last for very long. But it's the build up to the gunfight, which is why I picked my
I'm
number
putting it on
1,
my list.
which I'll get to. But
I'm going to put it on my other
is,
list.
Shane is something you need to see.
All right.
Okay.
Moving on to number 3.
True Grit.
True Grit.
Now
Which-
this True Grit, I've made a tie.
Which one?
1969 and 2010.
Oh, really
They're
both?
both brilliant. The last scene where John Wayne and or Jeff Bridges is fill your hand, you son of a bitch. And
I
he
can
starts-
see it.
And
I
there's
can see
4
it.
guys coming
Yeah.
at him on the horse, and he's got a horse, and he's on with one. He's got a shotgun in one hand, or a rifle
Yeah, yeah.
in one hand, and then a gun
Just
pistol in the other hand.
Oh.
And then they pass each other, and he knocks a few of them off the horse. Oh
Mowing
my
them
God.
down.
That scene is incredible.
But in both movies,
In
across
both
40,
movies.
50 years,
In
right?
both movies, you have so many wonderful. The Coen brothers did a wonderful job with that remake with Haley Steinfeld and Jeff Bridges and Josh Brolin.
You better get moving.
It's so good. Okay, my number 2 is one of my all-time faves. Butch and Sundance.
Both
Butch
Butch and
Cassidy and
Sundance.
Sundance Kid. The final scene
Redford
where
Newman.
they're being chased by the Bolivian army. And
Oh,
they
yes.
still think it's Joe LaForge out there coming after them, but it turns out there's a whole freaking
Yeah.
army
Yeah,
outside.
they're screwed.
And the choreography of that fight scene is incredible. And then when they get into
It
the
is
little
brilliant.
room and they're talking to each other and they're insulting each other and they're both hit and they're both injured.
Which you would do because you know you're going down,
And
right?
we're like, well, you call that running? Great. I love that scene. And it leads to the last shot in the film, which is brilliant. If you haven't seen Butch and Sundance, do yourself a favor. Last one. Number 1. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
All 3 of them.
It takes like 9 minutes to get to that final shot gun scene. It's a triad gun scene with the 3 of them and the thing at the square at the end. It is so good.
It's
It is
such a build-up.
horn.
It's such a horn.
But that the good, the bad, and the ugly is for me is so brilliant because of the build-up to the
It is,
actual
yeah.
shot. I mean, there's like literally 6 minutes.
yeah, it goes on seemingly
Ennio
forever.
Morricone, the music that's happening, Sergio Leone, I love it.
It's a classic.
I love
It's
it.
an absolute classic.
I talked to you. I need 8 more minutes.
But you don't have it. My turn.
All right.
Top 5 gunfight scenes from.
I'll relinquish
Eric.
the time to Eric. Go.
Put my 3 minutes on the clock.
What do
Here
you
we
like?
go.
What do you got?
I got a 2007 film, a comedy, Hot Fuzz.
Never seen Hot Fuzz.
You've never seen Hot Fuzz? This is brilliant.
Tell me about Hot Fuzz.
It's the final town shootout scene. You got Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. They are the constables. They are the cops. And this whole town has gone crazy. So you have shop owners. You have grandmothers with automatic weapons. You have
That's always a plus.
It is. And then you have
That
the
should be in every
priest.
movie.
The priest that throws up two hands and the guns come out of his sleeves. Gun, gun, gun.
That sounds fun.
It's an unbelievable scene.
Sounds wild.
It is wild. It is crazy. Hot Fuzz.
I will check out the Hot Fuzz
Has
scene.
got a lot of artillery in it. Let me just tell you.
I thought you were going to say artistry.
My
It's
number
artillery.
4 pick.
Yeah.
Star Wars, the original, A New Hope
New
from
Hope?
1977.
Really?
It's a
What?
blaster battle scene.
Which blaster battle?
It's the escape from the Death Star.
Okay.
And the reason I put this in here is
thought about
because
that.
if you watch the scene closely, it's only like a minute and a half. Obi-Wan gets chopped down by Vader. Luke is just destroyed.
Isn't Luke wearing
He starts unloading. He's just Luke. He's just unloading on stormtroopers.
Yeah.
He stands his ground. He shuts down the door so Vader gets locked behind it. And he's
a good scene.
He's never going to stop hitting the stormtroopers.
Right.
And then Obi-Wan comes in his head and says, "Luke, get out of there. Whatever, run." But he's just like, "No, I'm going to mow you all down." That is just, he's got so
It's a
much
good
fervor.
scene. It's fun. Maybe the best scene in the movie.
I'm moving to my
in a lot
number
of
3
ways.
pick, and that is Tombstone from 1993.
Almost. It came this close. It would have been my number 6.
But mine is not the OK Corral scene. This is Doc Holliday and Johnny Ringo at the end.
Oh.
I'm your
I love that
Huckleberry.
scene. I love that scene.
You're
right, that's fantastic.
Kilmer is like just kind of fiddling with his gun. He's like,
Kilmer he makes that
he's
shit.
he's brilliant. He's absolutely
He puts
brilliant
that
in this film.
stuff over the top. He really makes the scene in the OK Corral really work too. When he winks to start the whole, that's how he
thing,
starts the whole gunfight
It's
scene.
like, oh my God, here they go.
Right.
But he pulls one shot, hits Ringo in the head.
Right.
You're no Daisy.
Right.
I'm just saying that is a brilliant,
That's a great scene.
brilliant scene.
I think
One
that was
shot,
smart
it's done.
to come to that one inside of that.
But I got to
film.
move to number 2 really
right.
quickly. 1995, Heat.
Yeah, thought about that.
This is a huge scene. This is Kilmer and De Niro, and all their crew versus Pacino and all the other cops.
Right.
It's the bank robbery scene.
Right.
By the way, in this, they had the mics on the set. The actual audio from this.
Oh, that's
They
interesting.
didn't add this in post. That's why this is so involved, so
interesting.
big, so huge.
So large, so giant, so fantastic.
Heat, you got to see it. I got no time left, but my number one
What's your
pick.
number 1 pick?
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
We pulled that the same one
It's the
for
best.
number 1.
Because it builds up,
It builds up forever.
and then it goes silent,
the
and then
music
it
is
builds
so
up
good.
again.
Yeah, and then they keep getting closer and closer.
Tighter on the
their
eyes,
faces.
and then all of a sudden,
the horn
the
all of a
horn
sudden.
comes in. You get that single shot,
Oh, that single shot.
and it's like not 6 minutes. It's like 9 minutes.
Oh,
It goes
it's-
on.
I think it is 9 minutes.
forever.
But it's incredible.
There-
It is the quintessential trifecta
You know what?
gunfight.
I don't think it's actually subjective. There is no better gunfight scene
than that
The Good, the Bad, and
finale.
the Ugly.
It is so good. You got Eli Wallach. You got Lee Van motherfucking Cleef.
And his mustache.
And Clint, of course.
You got
and
them all.
It's and his mustache.
God.
It's incredible.
Not my
yeah.
mustache. His mustache.
Your mustache, his mustache. His is perfect.
It's
What's
they should call it the Lee Van Cleef.
the Lee Van Cleef? What's
That is, prove us wrong. Tell us what you think.
What do you think?
Because
What are your favorite gunfights? There's so many. There's the modern ones. There's the Western ones. There's
actually a ton of good ones.
post-apocalyptic ones. There's ones in sci-fi. So let us know what you think are the best.
We'd love to know your thoughts. Please go ahead and put them down in the comments because
Put them down. Lay down your comments.
Lay it
Don't
down.
hold your burdens. Lay down your comments.
Wait, that's a Rat song. Lay it down.
Rat.
For all you Rat fans out there, but
All one
hey,
of you.
We would love to know your top 5 gunfight scenes or your top 1 or top 2. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have different ones? But hey,
Can
go
you
ahead.
You speak through a mustache?
Yeah,
No.
no, it's hard for me to do it.
No.
So I'm a professional semi.
It's like a car wash.
It's you got a coupon for that. Listen, we love when you like our videos.
We love when you like it.
Subscribing, because this. Why wouldn't you want to subscribe to this?
So many reasons.
Idiocy.
So many reasons. We're
Not
going to do
to.
a top 5 why you wouldn't subscribe.
That's like a top
Yes.
87. But we're out of time for this, so until next time, we are
The 3
Minute
Critics. I'm Ronnie Fugaloo.
Yeah, and I'm Phil Fugaloo. Motherfucker.